So you're saying that you've been practicing some Shaolin Qigong. The masters that teach it are amazing,
Yeah.
and you are making some progress, but also you have some limitations because of the stiffness, and you would like to experience more individual training so that it would be geared towards your specific needs, and that would be exactly what Qigong coaching does. So um, you applied for a scholarship in our program, and I'm here to tell you that you actually won one of our prizes. So before I reveal to you the prize that you won, I wanted to check with you about what it is that you envision for yourself, your practice, and your life in general for the year 2025. If you imagine having a magic wand that you would be able to use to transform your life for the better, what would you like to manifest over the course of next year?
In terms of practical things or in terms of mm, surely I would like to manifest much more light, and that means so many things. I would like to have much more wellnesses, um, and um, and that's mean less problems about money, so to move everywhere everywhere where I want. Actually, I thought that it would be nice to go to the Shaolin Temple in China, because it's the original country of that art, and also to get to know better that people, and maybe to choose the not just the kung fu which they propose for the young members, but maybe that healing Shaolin traditional Chinese medicine, and to find the right dimension of that art, because I don't think that to initiate Shaolin at 16 or at 6 years old, it's much different. I don't think I want to be a brave kung fu artist, but there is so many things that you can learn also at my age. I saw the people also much older than me that begins at 17, and they are very satisfied.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, two of the students participating in our program that just recently finished, and they graduated successfully from the basic Qidao program, are 70 years old. So both of them are nurses, retired nurses. And I was like, well, you guys are amazing. You know, it's a pretty impressive thing to just sign up for a program when you're 70 and just want to be a student again. But they actually were the most dedicated students. It was so interesting. Like the other students who were younger than them were not as dedicated as these two ladies. So I actually recommended that they would retake this program to really get everything down. And if you join our program that we're going to be starting at the beginning of next month, they will be in your group. So it's going to be kind of fun to see how you're doing, how they're doing, create some camaraderie. I think that's going to be a fantastic opportunity to see that, hey, it doesn't, age is just a number. What we
And
experience.
so where will be held in Denmark, this course?
Well, so the course itself is worldwide. So people participate from
Online. So
country. But at the end of the course, of course, that we will have a workshop. And yes, I will hold it in Denmark. That's going to be in January,
Mm. Yes, yes, yes.
the end of January.
Mm.
And yeah, the idea is, of course, that you will be receiving my personal training individually one-on-one, plus also our group coaching program that we meet every week. It's a small group. We have like a dozen, even less than a dozen people. And we will be exploring all the practices included in our program, asking any questions, doing some testing. It's always great to have a practice partner, and you're welcome to invite your practice partner to these coaching sessions.
Yes,
Do you
yes,
have anyone in mind that might be a practice partner?
yes, that's well, I don't have a practice partner here.
Are
So
you
it's
going to be staying in Belgrade, or are you going to be going back to Italy?
yes, I will be in Italy, but it's for it's now it's worse. It's I don't have enough space in Italy. It's very small space. I had to find a new house, and the only thing that I could do is to go outside to do some qigong. I cannot do it at home.
Well, that's totally understandable. If you find a practice partner, maybe that person has some space. So that's another really nice thing about practice partners, that sometimes they have some resources that you don't have, and you can share them with, you are going to be sharing with your practice partner, wherever that may be,
Mm.
the wealth of information that is included in our program. You
Mm.
literally will be able to share all of this information for free with your practice partner. So they will be grateful for the rest of their life for you to share this knowledge with them.
Oh, that's a good idea. But I would have to look for. I don't know now, especially because I'm more concentrated at the things that I'm doing here in Belgrade.
I am. What kind of things they're doing in Belgrade?
And I don't know till I think I will be back at the end of the month, November.
You
And
said that you're concentrating on some things that you do in Belgrade. What are
yeah,
the things? What are you doing in Belgrade?
well, something familiar that's not I
Just visiting with the family?
yes with my mother
Uh,
and maybe I thought to sell my house here, but it's very difficult and these are the things that I'm doing now. And
well, if you're selling the house in Belgrade, you probably will be able to afford someplace in Italy. I don't know, the prices are different in Serbia versus.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, there is so many different things to between two countries, and I don't know at the moment. I can't tell you when does it begin. Your seminar?
Yeah, it starts in a week. So it goes from beginning of November through the end of January. It's a 3-month long program. And over the course of these 3 months, I will be working with you individually, one-on-one. Plus, also you will be participating in group coaching sessions that happen once a week.
Mm.
Plus, you'll also get access to all the materials that we have on the basic level of our training on our platform. So you get access to the training videos, meditations, my entire book, and also the workbook. And you will be also welcome to participate at the end of the program, at the end of January, in the weekend workshop that we will hold here in Denmark again.
Mm. Yeah,
Now,
that will be nice, but I'm not. I don't know. I will be here. Um I will be here in November, still
okay.
here in Belgrade. So I don't know because I must do that movements and anyway, it would be very nice to have a program of your. What's the difference between the new program and the course that I have already done?
Well, the course that you did was
Was
relatively small. It was dedicated to harmonious strength training.
yeah.
And that is included in our program, but there is a lot more. So there are 5 other modules of the program. In addition to harmonious strength training, we also explore harmonious culture of movement. We look at the principles of energy awareness and meditate and explore meditation. We also go through the 6 directional movements, and we will be also learning about sending energy waves to different parts of the body, both arms and legs. And I will also include a part of the program dedicated to understanding holding patterns, where there are tensions in the body and how to release the tensions. It's also a part of the program to work with harmonious exploration of harmonious culture and movement, where we work on flexibility and range of motion. You mentioned that there was stiffness in the shoulder. So that stiffness is something that we'll definitely address. And we also work on improving mobility or range of motion. So we work with all the major joints in the body. And each and every one of those joints becomes more lubricated, more mobile. Basically, you have more availability to life. So that's
Yeah.
something. Yeah, go ahead.
No, yes, I. It was very useful to work with you, and your methods are also very interesting. They were actually revolutionary for me because I was absolutely a beginner. But later, I think that you start to work much more theoretically, and as
The
I
theory is
already
actually
have
the
done,
beginning.
as I am not the beginner in the meditation, instead, it there was something in discording because I realized that I have to work much more practically. So the
Yeah,
harmonious culture of movement, that's that's the idea, the program, but the difficulty is to actually put in action that, because that's not always possible for so many things. Sometimes maybe it's laziness, sometimes there is so many things to do, and
mhm.
uh, and that's it. So
Yeah,
I that's why I find this kind of work that I've already done very enthusiastic and stimulant, because they put much more attention to the action instead of there is a meditation theory part, but everyone take things that are much more important for themselves.
yes. So each of the modules of the program includes both the theoretic understanding of the principles and practices. So we don't just sit and lecture. There is an ongoing exploration of all the principles and learning how to apply these principles to anything from healing arts to martial arts. Just like in Shaolin tradition, we also study martial arts. So if you want to dive into that kind of action, there is no lack of martial arts training that I can provide. We will start with something very simple, very basic, and progress from there. It will feel different from the Shaolin method because it's actually simpler to do. But once you progress, you will feel how much more effective it is. Like you said, revolutionary. It's actually transforming the way you use your body on a subconscious level. Basically, you develop a new culture of movement, not just learning some moves, but actually learn how to use it in everyday life so that every step you take on earth becomes empowered by these principles. Now, that is really learning the Qigong lifestyle rather than learning some Qigong forms, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I know that you don't like forms, but that's the thing that, that I like very much.
Oh, nobody says you should not do any forms. Please knock yourself out. Do the forms as you wish.
Yeah,
What
yeah, I
is
know the
within
forms
form?
are not the salvation, but through the forms, you understand also the true nature of the martial arts. And
I guarantee that you will understand the true nature of martial arts a lot deeper by looking at the principles underlying all these forms.
but there are the principles, because
There are, but
everything is one. You move, so through the movement, you are practicing the principle of martial arts, but also the relaxation, the different positions. You are practicing also the stretching because you stop in certain positions. So it's complete. I can say that
not
I'm
complete.
not enough because my spine is not enough straight, or I do not have enough strength. So I just realized that I have to work, to work, and to work, to work. That's
Well,
the truth. That's the truth.
if you feel like you're getting everything you want from the Shaolin training, then why did you sign up for our scholarship contest? Because what we do goes beyond what Shaolin has to offer, but you need to want it. If you don't want it, then please enjoy the Shaolin training. If that
Because I was interested to, if you want, if you can, please send me your program so I will realize deeply what are you going to work on, and so maybe I can decide. And but I have so many problems of space, because I don't know where to work in Rome. There is no space at home. I must go outside. So it's very, very difficult to work in so little space.
yes.
That's
Where do you practice your Shaolin training?
sorry. Sorry.
Where are you practicing your Shaolin forms?
In the green spaces outside. I'm yes, I'm sometimes for something I'm just doing in that little space, but usually I begin to look and to memorize the forms and then to work here outside. So I'm not working, looking and working, just sometimes. So in the lessons and or something I'm doing here where I have a little more space, and
Mhm.
I begin to think that it's much better to first look, see something, memorize, and then practice.
Yes, and like you said, if you're going to be back to Belgrade again in November or some further period of time, you will have space. So that is not going to be an issue anymore. All right?
Yes, yes, that's true. But I'm not. Yes, I'm not certain. So what's um, you think I need the space, internal space in a room or something like that where to work?
Well, it depends on how much activity you want to do. For example, to improve your flexibility, you don't really need a lot of space. To work on your body alignments, you don't really need a lot of space. For meditation, as long as you can find some place to be quiet, that's not going to be an issue. But for some more dynamic practices, space would be nice. How much space? Well, I would say maybe 10, 15 square meters would be a reasonable amount of space. If you have less, that may be okay too, as long as you just, find some ability to move. 3 by 4 meters, 3 by 5 meters probably would be ideal amount of space if you can find that. If not, like I said, there are public places, parks. The winter is not even that cold in Italy, so you may be able to practice outdoors. One of the things that I always recommend doing is getting a practice partner. And like I said, maybe your practice partner has some space. So that is another option. Basically, you can check and see if they have ability to offer some space for training.
Maybe I will have to search for that. I'm habituated to work alone and not to ask anything from anybody. Italians are they are not so friendly with Slavs.
Okay.
I think some people will hear that.
Well, but if you're going to be back in Belgrade, then you may actually find some Serbian friends
Yeah, yeah.
interested. They're more
Well,
friendly.
it's anyway, it's nice to hearing that you have a new program and that maybe I could explore it. I don't know if you will send me email or if I have to enter in Chidal Academy. How does it work?
Well, I just put here in the chat the link for you to check out the information about programs in general. So it breaks down all the content of the programs into smaller chunks, like you said that you wanted to see what the programs consist of. And I can also send you a special link because since you won our contest, I want you to actually be able to take advantage of it. So this not only gives you 20% off of our tuition, it also breaks it down into 5 monthly payments. So you can literally do just manageable monthly payments once a month instead of paying in one lump sum. Would that be more convenient for you?
So what's the duration of that? How does it?
The program itself is 3 months long, but I actually made it possible to stretch the payment plan over the course of 5 months,
Yeah, okay,
just
understand.
just because it makes smaller monthly payments as a result.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yes,
Now, I'm putting here in the chat your personalized link. So here's link your. Okay, so now you can see two links. One is about our programs in general, and the other one is linked to your scholarship prize in particular.
okay, yes.
I can also send both of them to you by email so that you have them, because if you don't click on them right now, they will disappear. So obviously, I want you to be able to use them at your convenience. And another thing that I also want to do is I want to make sure that I understand what it is that you would like to experience as a result of going through our training, so I started asking you questions about what you wanted to manifest if you had a magic wand, so to speak. You mentioned in the form that you wanted to experience healing power. Is this still something that you're interested in?
Yes, I'm always interested in that. Yes, absolutely.
That's good because that's exactly what we are doing. We are actually going to be learning how to use power instead of force and develop the ability to apply this power for the purpose of healing, for the purpose of martial arts, for the purpose of personal development, basically all the applications that the Shaolin monks study. We go through them as well, but we actually dive deeper into the principles. Most Shaolin monks actually don't know these principles. I literally worked with some Shaolin monks as my students. The executive director of the Shaolin Center in San Francisco Bay Area is an apprentice of mine. So you can imagine that they are learning a few things that they did not learn from their masters at a Shaolin temple. Why? Maybe those
But
masters didn't know, maybe they didn't teach them. I don't know.
they are studying the theoretical basis of Shaolin is not only Buddhist philosophy,
Mhm.
but also Taoist, and Confucianism.
Yes,
And I think these are complete studies because they are not only Buddhist monks.
yes. And they're not only Buddhist monks, and also there are three other branches of Qigong that they do not really go into. So they study Buddhist, Taoist, and Confucianist Qigong. And that is wonderful. But the six branches of the Qigong tree also include other branches. And that basically is something that for them is often still not, they don't really go into those. For example, Tantric Qigong is something that they don't really study. For example, medical Qigong. Shaolin monks don't actually study.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so because I saw that they have in the Shaolin Temple in China, they have that program, medical Qigong. I heard so, but yeah,
Yeah, but neither in America nor in Europe, they don't actually teach or study that.
yeah.
Um, and when we study medical Qigong, at least in the way that I teach and practice, we focus on Tibetan medicine rather than Chinese medicine. So that's also an interesting distinction. If you learn some Chinese medical practices, that's great. I have nothing against that. But you may also find it's very beneficial to have the Tibetan practices, which integrate mind and body much more harmoniously. That's one of the things that is unique about Qidao. And plus, it also is something that you mentioned, you're interested in meditation. We actually go into meditative practices using the principles of dream yoga. So the Tibetan dream yoga, as you know, is unique. The Shaolin monks don't study that. And this is something that we actually include into our programs. So you will be actually diving into it starting from this program next month.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Yes, but
Do you have any questions or comments for me?
no, I think it's. I understood completely your new program, or actually, I will look at it deeply, and so I could decide what to do, and above all, when to do it. Maybe if I cannot in this moment, maybe someday, or I don't know.
I wouldn't postpone it for a simple reason. I'm in Europe now. I would take advantage of the fact that I am in Europe. You made your way to Denmark to experience some face-to-face training. I would not skip that opportunity because I don't know if I'm going to be teaching in Europe after next year because I'm launching this company here in Denmark and I'm actually planning on creating a travel show visiting different retreat centers and showcasing the retreat centers and events that are happening there. Well, I will be traveling a great deal, so I wouldn't be postponing exploration that you can do now, even if I am back in Europe next year, which is possible. I don't want to rule it out. Why bother to wait when you can actually dive into it right now and also take advantage of the scholarship that I awarded you? Because I literally, I'm giving you the scholarship, which is 20% off of our tuition, $500 discount. So if you want to take advantage of it, I wouldn't be postponing it.
Okay. Okay, I will look immediately at that special offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I will look forward to working with you. If you have any additional questions, you have my email. Please feel free to send me an email, and I will be glad to welcome you into our program as soon as you enroll, and we'll be starting at the beginning of November.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Lama.
You're so welcome. Have a good one.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Have a good day too.
Bye for now.
It's a pleasure to meet you again. Bye bye.
Likewise.